Hey, aloha and mahalo. This is Grandma Nan, and out of my log today, I want to talk about fear. We've been under fear for a long time, those of us who do illegal things, and for me, that's been since I was 9. I started smoking cigarettes, and you had to steal them in order to get them, so, I've been living in fear my whole life, you might say. Considering that. And so you get kind of used to it, but on the other hand, fear gets to be such a paranoia. The fear of getting sick, for instance, causes you to spend a ridiculous amount of money on that bad word, insurance. If we were without insurance, we could deal directly with all of the powers that be and we'd be better off. But the insurance company has figured out that we can't make decisions on our own. We're too stupid. And I have to admit the dumbing of America is definitely taking place. One of the reasons why is because kids are smoking and drinking in grade school, and that dumbs them right out to where how can they learn anything when they're so busy trying to score their addictions, sugar, chocolate, coffee, tea, soda. Before you ever get to anything illegal, they're already messed up bad by the time they get to kindergarten. Look at the poor kids. Most of them are too fat. Why are they fat? Ask their mother. She's got a reason. Oh, it's their metabolism. Or, oh, they got this special gene that causes them to, they can't help it. Well, that's a good way to kill your kid. How smart is that? But back to the subject I wanted to talk about is fear. And I can't do this forever. I can only talk for a few minutes. But, the thing that got me started on the idea of use the word fear and go somewhere with that is because I was totally inspired by Michelle Obama in her black dress and her hair all tied up, and she looked so plain and simple, and she came out and introduced her husband. And in that speech, she said she was no longer going to accept fear as her guideline. She was tired of being afraid, and that was why she finally said, okay, Barack, let's do it, because I'm tired of living in fear. Well, I can understand her fear. I sure wouldn't want my little kids smoking marijuana. I wouldn't like them taking Ritalin. I don't want them taking any drugs. I don't want them drinking alcohol. You go to school and you let go of your kid, you have no idea who's going to do what to him. When my kid was in kindergarten, he couldn't hear so good because his ears were plugged. He shuffled his chair too many times. They locked him in a cloakroom. You don't know what happens to your kid. It scares the hell out of you to let go of them when they're so tiny. And now they're, over 50, and I've been trying to let go of them for years, and no, I'm kidding, but Michelle has got it when she says, let's stop being afraid. And so if we aren't afraid, we can remember the First Amendment, I was going to get the book. The First Amendment rights, we have a right to say what we want to say. And YouTube is such a perfect place for us to say what we want to say. And so in the name of fear, I will continue this series. Maybe not with quite this get-up, although it did get your attention, right? Maybe I will, If I put this on, we're talking about fear, maybe that's the whole idea. You can catch me on YouTube that way better. If you can see, oh, she's got the blue and red, that means she's going to talk about the law and the government and the taxpayer. I mean, isn't the government and the taxpayer the same thing? So why would somebody say, oh, we got to get the government to pay for it? It's like saying, we got to get us to pay for it. We're the taxpayers. I mean, come on. Put those two together. The government and the taxpayers are the same people. Hey, have a happy, healthy, great day with a little high if you're so, and stay out of the alcohol, stay out of the pills, stay out of the drugs. In fact, live a clean life. That's what they want you to do. Live a clean life, especially if you're in school. Gosh, you need all your wits about you. You don't need drugs. You don't need speed to stay up and study. You don't need marijuana to relax and take it easy. You're young, healthy, you're going to school. You don't need drugs. Save the marijuana for the old people. They're the people that need it. And you young people, leave it alone. It just makes you lethargic. They're right. It makes you dopey, stupid. I mean, look at the kids on YouTube. You can see them. They're all dumb. Why would you sit there with a big bong hanging out of your mouth and smoke and pour the smoke into the lens of the camera? I mean, I do not understand well, I suppose it has an attitude, but there's some kind of culture there that, I mean, I keep looking at all these YouTubes and they're all smoking these big outrageous bongs, and it's so unnecessary and so dumb and such a waste of good pot. You don't need it, you know. Oh, you need a little tiny bit, just a little tiny bit. It's so dumb to smoke those great big, you know, a little bit'll do ya. Again, happy, healthy, and high, and goodbye.